Hello, welcome back. Last time I helped some skeletons in a graveyard escape their cycle of death. Although I was wondering about something, so it was revealed to the audience that they are acting a lot more appreciative than they actually are. I'm noticing this little skull in the actual puzzle view appears down here and makes the motions that direct the skeletons. I, the one controlling the cursor, am the one that actually saves them from what you are doing. So I wonder if, I'm actually playing as this character, or there's another thing going on. Okay, nobody to talk to yet, but gargoyles eventually, maybe? This one's painting some toenails. You look so worried. What's happening to you? Anyway, let's go here. Jumping off the walls. Okay, right, yeah, so no wall jumps had been input yet. I did note that skeletons do slide up against them as if they're ready to wall jump, though. Ah, so it's a specific input. You start there, you go right. Let's try and predict this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the grid? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jump. End up here. Left move and wall jump. Okay, so I think then that's going to mean I need to do this. That uses all my blocks. I'm assuming some efficiency is possible. Okay, let's even guess at that, and say I can do this. Seems good. Oh, I can do less. Okay. Alright. X. X is not really the symbol that means to me redo puzzle. But that's what's there. Alright, so less. If I don't interact... You want me to do this with 2? Would you make it there? Yes. Wait, no, not to... No, you want me... Yeah, no, you want me 4 remaining, right? This'll get me silver but not gold, right? You want me to have 4 remaining, which means use only 2 ever. Ah, of course. I get it. That's pretty funny. That. Not quite that, but close. I guess this? That was one of those times I had to press space twice. There we go. Okay. Cool. To some extent, I appreciate having this system that adds additional layers to the puzzle for efficiency, but I just keep wondering as I look at it how much it paints the designer into a corner, having to, always have the inefficient solution, then 3 tiers of efficient solutions. And are all of these really meaningfully different? I don't know, I've seen this 3-star system in a lot of different modern puzzle games, and I always feel a little iffy about it. But so far, this game's handling it fine. So I have nothing but speculation to complain about. Okay. Alright then. Alright, anyway. Next one. 2-2. Wall jump Twotorial. Okay. Left, right. Odd. I guess that's to align you there for slightly different than if you just went right away. Okay, yeah, you'll end up falling a bit later. Then you jump left, then you jump right. I have 7 to place. Let's first do... Okay, query. If you're wall jumping but you're not against a wall, yeah, nothing happens. Won't this just solve it on its own? Oh, you have to be in falling state for the wall jump to activate. That's the story. Okay. You won't make it quite high enough for that. Wait, where did you go? You died there, then you would have wall jumped. Okay, so you have to be in falling state. Like this, maybe? Or maybe this would be better? That's probably... No, that worked. Alright, and that's everything. And so the other thing I was thinking about with this is because it's an efficiency challenge, it's easy for me to skip the form of the puzzle that is less efficient. So that's just like design space I don't get to interact with. Anyway. That is my generic complaint about this system. Okay, you're another quote maker. Uh-huh, of course. Superior quote maker. Alright. So, right, so far the only skeleton who changed what they said was the one with the twin. At least that I've detected. What pillar? Well, there are 4 of them. So... So you're gonna immediately jump on this. Fall in here, push against that wall, try to wall jump but be unable. So this might solve it? Not quite. This might solve it? Well, no, of course, you don't get that far. Never mind. So the timing doesn't line up for... Okay, let's just see this. You have to get onto this surface. You're not high enough, this doesn't get you high enough, you wouldn't clear that. Okay, let's just look at the... Whoa, look at the trajectory again. What's the limiting factor here? Well, or rather, what factor do I want to limit to improve things? If I move you farther left... You didn't get nudged left as much as I wanted. Will this nudge you left as much as I want? Nearly. This might work. No. Wait, what happens in this configuration? You just don't wall jump quick enough after the first bit. This... You don't make it there in time. I like this because it slows down your jump. You end up farther left, so it's earlier when you do the wall jump. This is a similar thing but lesser. Once again, I had to press space twice. Is it that, okay, I press, I click, I press, no? I click, I press, I press, I press. Press now, press again, press now, click, press again. I don't know, just sometimes I have to press it twice. And I'm not detecting a pattern for why. There, right there I had to press it twice. Oh, maybe, no. That? Nope. Can I get you to bump your head on this a little bit? No, you don't bump. I don't get it. Like, this is no good, because there's no wall for you to jump against. Alright, puzzle wants something from me. These are spaced too far apart is my main issue here. To have the ability to wall jump, and this has to get you to the goal. To have the ability to wall jump, oh. It's that, isn't it? No, it isn't. This won't work. For several reasons. You can kind of see what I'm going for, though. You have to be close enough to that, though. I mean, okay. Where do you end up there? Way too far left. You wouldn't have made it there even if I could have not bunked your head and given you a surface to jump against. How far left do you get? Not far enough to be in false state. That obviously does nothing good. What else can I try, really? Just to see what it does. Oh, it solves the puzzle. Okay, well that's a solution. I need to use 2 fewer. First of all, this can go, and second of all, that can go. There we go, done. Okay. The reason the path I was taking didn't get there is because it dead-ended very early. Well, no, I had to take a different turn very early to avoid the big mesh of dead ends that results from taking the more obvious route. What? Okay. Motion is lotion, huh? I understand what you're saying. Keep moving to stay flexible. Escape the hole! Okay. Left, right. Wall jump left, wall jump right, wall jump left. Starting here. Gonna go into that, come back out, fall down here if I don't do anything about it. Actually, no, you'll wall jump there, won't you? So does that timing line up? Yes, then that happens. Can I just do this? Nearly. This won't work because you won't make it over that anymore. Okay. Let's watch this again. If I put a... well, that'll just skip a wall jump. No good for anyone. This won't work, but let's see what it does. Nothing good. One more time. If you went a little bit less high here, this would work fine. This won't quite accomplish that, will it? Well, there's an idea. That'll do. Okay, so... wait, hang on. Did you manage to wall jump? I think you weren't close enough to the wall. Yeah, you missed. You just went left. Okay, so if I do this and then... maybe? More like that. And maybe I can skip this one? Probably not. It'd actually be the other one, wouldn't it? No. Alright, I think I found the efficient solution. Good. Alright. That's where you go, on top of that thing. The bones are sweating. Wall jump of death. Jump right, wall jump left, wall jump right, wall jump left after a delay. Do you hit this if you... No. So I need this. Wow! Were you replay... So that's... All of those are necessary. And I nearly make that work. What would this do? Not what I want. What would this do? Not at all what I want. What would this do? Honestly, I'd prefer just to erase that wall jump. If your feet are on the ground, and will they be if I do that? If I do this, but then you won't make it down here, you'll just hit this spike. Close, but no. This might work. No. Why would that have worked? I mean, I can do that, maybe. You'll still jump though, won't you? Yeah, and that doesn't help anything. Well, does this stop you from wall jumping by delaying... Yeah, that worked. Okay. And that was the efficient way. Just to make sure your feet aren't on the wall when the jump is input. And once again, I am protecting this skeleton from that skull. You have a beret on. It's hard to balance on one leg when you're a skeleton, apparently. Right, yes, and you are. The demands are being put on you. Okay. One pedestal. I guess that's this one. Alright. I'm enjoying all the, like, little incidental extra visual touches here. The candles, the piano... I was gonna say something's funny about that piano, but no, the keys are roughly spaced the right way. Okay. Okay, so right, jump, wall jump left, right. How's this do? Oh, well that's not a... okay. That might be enough. You don't stay there for long enough. When do you jump then? So the only way to get a wall jump out of you is this, right? I think so. Well, not necessarily. This doesn't lead anywhere good. No. I'm not... Okay, so with only 2 jumps involved, the height necessary to clear this is impossible, so that's a calculation. Technically not. But... Wait, yes it is. Right, because a jump goes over 2 blocks of space. 1, 2, 3, 4, that would require 5. Yeah, so there's no way I'm going over top. That is one thing I can know for sure. There's no right moving wall jump. So yeah, I have the ability to put roadblocks here. Could I simply... Oh, I can also put okay. Well, the ceiling's no good though. Go there. You jump, you want a wall jump, then eventually you turn right. What I'm trying to do is have you go, like, up through a hole of that shape, wall jump over there, then walk back down. Oh, did I just do it? No. But maybe if I did it like this, I could. Well, that's a solution. It used all my blocks, though. So you want... Okay, I think I can delete this one. That's one better. I need to delete one more. Watch closely. All were interacted with. Do I need something fundamentally different, or is there a way I could just delete one of these? Like, there's no way this would work. It's kind of sort of close. There's no way this would work. I can place one there. I mean, you'll make it into that gap if I do it this way. What about this? That might work. There we go. That's the way. Same concept, just reshaped for maximum efficiency. I wonder if I have yet, since it doesn't show me the number, I don't know if I have yet beat a gold efficiency. With how open-ended this is, I imagine there are some solutions that the author could not have anticipated. Diabolical plan, alright. I'm not in on this, but you two are. Good for you. About time. Alright. The subject of this puzzle is time. That's most of them. Alright, do you fall in this space by default? When I said space, I meant spike. The other SP word. So, first of all... to get that wall jump... well, I kind of just really won't. If I delay you... What? Okay, so this puts me into a state where pressing space again will immediately do the thing. It got there without me pressing space. Maybe some of my confusion... was I just timing my spacebar press, like, immediately before... No. No, that doesn't make sense. That's the other way around. Alright, that slows you down so you can wall jump. Great. Okay. And... what? Yeah. There's one more involved, so I need to get you to that wall. This likely won't work. But let's see how close it gets. Do you get that far? No. Maybe this? Probably need one more. Alright, this will solve it. But how's the efficiency? Oh, no, it does not. I need something more. So this has to be slowed down, therefore that would be healthier. This will solve it inefficiently. Alright, that has slowed you down. Made it to the goal. I need to delete one. Can I delete this one? If not, I have another in mind. Nope. So these two do their job very efficiently. This is the same solution I already did. You don't end up any higher to be able to do that. If I put a block here, that won't slow you down. It did a tiny bit, but not enough to help in any way. Wait, why do I need this? That was the one. It was the left... No. No, that's right. The reason I need that is to slow you down. Of course. What if I... slow you down again as you fall here? Will you make it to that wall somehow? No. So, just study this again. So you make it here-ish before you jump. How much leeway is there? Wait, hold on. What happens if I just delete this? Did I try that? Yeah, you fall, of course. So the final move is after a long delay, a wall jump left. Bim, 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 bim. Everything that's happening here seems correct. Everything that's happening here seems correct. Everything that's happening here seems correct. It's like these three that I want to reconfigure somehow. How would I do that? Show me this one more time. I mean, it's gonna hit the spikes before jumping. That's what happens. While I could maybe slow you down a tiny bit there, one, that's using as many blocks as before, two, it's probably not enough. It is! Okay, so that's an alternate form of my previous solution. You don't make it over this barrier. Go all the way down there, jump on this. That might be sufficient slowing. It was. Okay. I just had to move this up and right. So later in the jump arc. Makes sense? Alright. Do I get my body back now? Maybe. The cage is open. Hi? I should have been talking to you as I worked on this, maybe. It could have been you had more to say. In fact, did I talk to you at the beginning? I might not have. I would talk to the cute creatures here, but they have nothing to say to me. Alright, claim body. There's like a little tag here. What's this? I suppose I click to advance? Party prop 2, okay. So not my real body. And now I get locked in here with it by the jailer. That's their plot. I see. So now I'm in the prison in the mausoleum, and that's where things continue. Alright, cool. Well, next world next time.